There's a lot to digest and a lot of voices to be heard. Stick to the frequency that amplifies these voices, stories and reports that make the difference. This is Akojopo News, 88.7 FM.
This is Kunle Amzat Studio, Akojopo 88.7 FM. Welcome to News Around the World.
Good evening, welcome to the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Akojopo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Bowale Akinbode. First, the headlines. Health Ministry ICPC signed deal to monitor health projects nationwide. FRSC or your command takes sensitization to religious gathering. Refugee status said to become temporary in radical asylum reforms. United States Justice Department investigates Epstein's alleged ties to Clinton and banks after Trump request. Super Eagles battle Leopards in Rabat. Now the details. The Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare and the Independent Corrupt Practices and other related offense commission have signed a multi-year partnership to strengthen accountability in the health sector nationwide. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pate, announced this via his official X handle today, noting that the pact is centered on monitoring, tracking and auditing all expenditures involved in the nationwide overhaul of health infrastructure across all local government areas of the Federation. According to Professor Pate, the federal government is currently undertaking a large-scale effort to rehabilitate and upgrade primary health care centers across Nigeria's 774 local government areas as part of broader reforms aimed at strengthening delivery and ensuring that public resources allocated to health infrastructure are used transparently and efficiently. Garri prices have gone down recently, which is good news for many families. People are happy because it means they don't have to spend as much on food. If prices keep falling, more people will be able to buy basic food easily. Akojopo FM news correspondent Wasia Adejare reports on the recent fall in price of garri in the market and the reactions of buyers and sellers.
Without any form of radio or newspaper advert, garri is one of the most common staples consumed by many Nigerians irrespective of their income. Recently, the price of garri has dropped drastically in many markets across Ibadan, bringing relief to consumers. From Congos to cups of garri, consumers are happy about the development because it reduces their spending on food. However, some garri sellers are happy with more patronage, while some complain that they are not making as much profit as before. In an interview with Akojopo FM News, a garri seller, Mrs. Titilayo, spoke about the rapid sales, explaining that more customers have been buying recently due to reduced price.
I am happy about the falling price of garri because it is only when things are cheap people will buy, and since this price fall, people have been buying more.
In an interview with Akojopo FM News, a woman seller explained the reason behind the recent price fall.
Garri is always cheap during rain season, although it is not always as cheap as now, but we are grateful to God for the price reduction because all foodstuff price also calmed down. We also hope that people keep going to patronize us as the market seems dry.
Also, speaking with Akojopo FM News, a buyer, Mr. Ismail, while shopping at Bodija Market, expressed his feelings on the drop in price.
We are so grateful that garri is now cheap because we used to buy a bag for 90,000 naira, but now we are buying it for 45,000. We should give thanks to God.
Ọlọ́run tí ń bá wa mú gbogbo ẹ̀, Ọlọ́run tí ń bá wa mú wálẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀.
Also, speaking with Agidigbo FM News, Mrs. Abimbola expressed joy over the recent reduction in the price of Gari.
Thank the government for their unwavering support, for their love on the citizens. We, the Nigerians, will say thank you to the government. We thank them for their good work.
The recent fall in the cost of Gari has brought relief to many households across the country. If this trend continues, more people will be able to afford basic food items without much difficulty. However, both farmers and traders should be supported to maintain steady production and fair pricing in the market. Wasia Adejare, Agidigbo FM News.
Joining the rest of the world in remembering the victims and persons involved in road traffic crashes, support their families and advocate for safer roads and responsible driving practices. The Federal Road Safety Corps (FRSC) today joined the world to mark the World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims annually observed every third Sunday of November. The week-long nationwide sensitization exercise based on distracted driving was observed at the Christ Apostolic Church All Saints Chapel, Ibadan today. Agidigbo FM correspondent Sophia Aziz, live at the church program, brings the details.
The Federal Road Safety Corps (FRSC) today joined the global community to mark the World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims, a day observed annually on the third Sunday of the November. The event held at Christ Apostolic Church, All Saints Chapel in Ibadan, was part of a week-long nationwide sensitization exercise focused on the dangers of distracted driving and reducing the eradicating road traffic crashes at all costs. In her remarks, Sector Commander Rosemary UK Alo noted that the church service was an opportunity for the Corps to spread awareness on the importance of responsible driving practices and to remember victims of road traffic crashes.
Injured, their family also went through the trauma of maybe losing someone or having somebody who was injured in such traffic. So this day is to commemorate that incident and then to also use it as an opportunity to people the need to ensure their own safety.
The sector commander further enjoined brethren and clergies to see drive as a collective effort to eradicate road traffic crashes on all routes and highways.
If the goal of having road traffic deaths and injuries by 2030 is to be achieved, Africa is more impacted due to a huge and growing population. Nigeria, being the largest country in Black Africa, suffers more of the devastating effect of road traffic crashes due to our young population.
The chaplain of Christ Apostolic Church, All Saints Chapel, Pastor David Asokeji, expressed satisfaction with immeasurable efforts of the FRSC in curbing road traffic crashes and staying determined even in cozy and dangerous situations. The highlight of the event was the presentation of a meritorious award by the Special Marshal to Sector Commander Rosemary UK Alo, alongside other selected and exceptional individuals for their continuous selfless dedication to curbing accidents on the highway.
To the Oyo State Sector Commander of the FRSC, Dr. Mrs. C.C. Rosemary UK Alo.
The road sensitization held at the Christ Apostolic Church, All Saints Chapel, was indeed a success, as the brethren and road users learnt valuable lessons on the importance of responsible driving practices and the danger of distracted driving. Sophia Aziz, Agidigbo FM News.
It is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Queen Hamzat Studio, Agidigbo FM, United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damlola. People granted asylum in the United Kingdom will only be allowed to stay in the country temporarily. The aim is to make UK less attractive for illegal immigrants and make it easier to deport them. This sweeping reform is expected to be announced on Monday. Under the current rules, those granted refugee status have it for 5 years and can apply for indefinite leave to remain to become citizens. However, with these planned changes, refugee status will only become temporarily and subject to regular review and to be removed as soon as their home countries are deemed safe. Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood, in a video, vowed to protect people who are in need and also promised to restore order and control. US President Donald Trump said he would take legal action against the BBC over how his speech was edited by Panorama after the corporation apologized but refused to compensate him. The controversy stems from the way in which Trump's 6 January 2021 speech was edited by Panorama for a documentary which led to resignation of BBC Director General Tim Davie and head of news Deborah Turner. Speaking to reporters on board Air Force One on Friday, Trump threatened to sue BBC for $1 billion in damages unless the corporation issued a retraction, apology, and paid him compensation. However, the corporation apologized to the president but said it would not pay any financial compensation. And that ends the news. From Hamza Studio at Gidigbo FM, I am Lushola Damilola.
We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Amzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Soya. The U.S. Justice Department has confirmed it will investigate pedophile financier Jeffrey Epstein's alleged links to major banks and several prominent Democrats, including former President Bill Clinton. U.S. President Donald Trump said he would ask Attorney General Pam Bondi and the FBI to look into Epstein's involvement and relationship with Clinton and others. Bondi said the department will pursue this with urgency and integrity. Trump's request came days after thousands of Epstein's emails were released by the U.S. Congress, which include mentions of the U.S. president. Democrats have accused Trump of trying to deflect from questions about his relationship with Epstein. At least 4 people were killed when 2 boats carrying 95 irregular migrants capsized off the Libyan coastal city of Al-Qums, according to the Libyan Red Crescent. The first boat was carrying 26 migrants from Bangladesh, 4 of whom died, the Red Crescent said in a statement on its verified Facebook page. The second boat carried 69 migrants, including 2 Egyptians and dozens of Sudanese, the Red Crescent added without specifying their fate. The International Organization for Migration said that at least 42 migrants were missing and presumed dead after a rubber boat sank near the Al Buri oil field, an offshore facility northwest of the Libyan coast. And that ends the news from Kule Amzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Soya.
Welcome back now to the exciting world of sports. Nigeria will battle DR Congo in a high-stakes final by 8 p.m. at the State Prince Hassan in Rabat today for a place as Africa's representative in the 2026 World Cup Interconfederation playoff. The Super Eagles are bidding to reach the global showpiece for a 7th time, while the Leopards chase only the 2nd appearance at the Mundial. The Super Eagles captain William Troost Ekong in a statement admitted that the Congolese will be a formidable challenge, but expressed confidence in his team's ability to prevail in today's final. Meanwhile, DR Congo head coach Sebastien Desabre has acknowledged his side's underdog status but promised a committed performance. Super Eagles manager Chell has vowed his team will deliver an improved performance in the final, saying he is confident in his team as they will go against Congo than they did against Gabon. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. Health Ministry ICPC signed deal to monitor health projects nationwide. FRSC or your command takes sensitization to religious gathering. Refugee status set to become temporary in radical asylum reforms. United States Justice Department investigates Epstein's alleged ties to Clinton and banks after Trump request. Super Eagles battle Leopards in Rabat.
Don't forget that you can listen to us live on our website www.agidigbo887fm.com. You can also download our mobile app on Google Play Store and iOS. Simply search for Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Follow us on Facebook at Agidigbo 88.7 FM, on Twitter and Instagram at Agidigbo 887 FM, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have news stories and tips for us, contact our newsroom on 070-8714-4865 or send us a mail on newsroom@agidigbo887fm.com.
And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. Do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Bowale Akimbode. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information is power. At Agidigbo 88.7 FM, we bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State government has said the over 1.5 million out of school children.
We give you reports from Oyo State.
The Oyo State House of Assembly has called for thorough investigation.
The Southwest in Nigeria and the rest of the world.
Has clarified that the body did not receive any cash support from international development.
Trust us to keep you informed every hour, every day.
Agidigbo 88.7 FM.